What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing fantastic. I want to talk to you about purpose, what it is, how to find it, and how you can get moving in your purpose. But first, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. But let's go ahead and just dive into this because this is a powerful topic. And I want to share with you like a little analogy to help paint the picture. Have you ever been going to a, let's say, movie theater, or you have a date and you're going to somewhere and you have to be there at a certain time? When you're doing that, how do you walk, right? You're walking down the sidewalk. Think about the energy that you carry. You're moving at a fairly like purposeful pace, right? And then you come across somebody that has no purpose. They're just meandering, nowhere to go, nowhere to be. And you're like, dude, freaking move, like get out of my way. Like I have somewhere to be. What I want you to realize with that metaphor is what it feels like to have purpose. There's an energy, a momentum to it. And by finding our purpose, it calls the higher parts of ourselves to move and to go, right? It calls them into action. But first, I believe we have to get to a certain space within ourselves to actually even do this. And what does that look like? You know, for me, it was essentially going through life and carrying a lot of trauma from the past, a lot of undigested emotions. I was carrying a lot of anxiety and depression, and all these energies are like clouds, right? And these clouds, we can't see through them to find our purpose. And I always thought like if I could find my purpose, these clouds would go away. But what I've learned is it doesn't necessarily work like that. First, we have to get to work on working through those clouds. And that looks like doing the internal work, sitting with those emotions, digesting those past experiences, those undigested traumas. And that looks like stillness, quiet time, allowing our emotions to be our teacher. Like anxiety is just a knock on the door. It's the parts of you going, hey, you haven't listened to me. I have something I want to share, or I'm scared about something. And oftentimes what you'll see is it's a memory from the past, a situation from the past that you maybe haven't fully digested. So you experience something heavy. The situation was too much. It was overwhelming. And in the moment, certain parts of you like disassociated from that experience because you had to survive through that, right? And that's how you did it. But now, as a grown adult or a growing adult, you're not there anymore, right? Even today, you're different than you were yesterday. So we have to ask ourselves about that situation. What is the story that I'm telling myself? Maybe it was a previous breakup. And the story you might be telling yourself is, I'm not good enough as I am. But in fact, that's not true at all. In fact, that previous example was probably more to do with them. In fact, probably everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. They were in their own frame, their own space. They were trying to figure out life. They had needs and, their own gap of needing to feel loved and accepted. And so they pursued different things. And you, unfortunately, were dealt with the wake of that. You were left in the waves, per se. So by seeing things for what they are, we start to reframe that story, reframe that message. And that's something that's very powerful for us is creating a reframe around the situations from the past. And we reframe that and go, wait, yeah, man, maybe that didn't have as much to do with me as I thought it did. Sure, maybe there's some stuff I need to change and adjust. That's always valuable, right? And also, let me look at it this way. I'm different today than I was yesterday. So I'm probably much different today than I was a year ago, 3 months ago, 6 years ago, whatever it is when those experiences took place. I'm going to learn to trust myself again. I'm going to learn to put myself out there again. And then we start to move forward, right? Just think of the energy and go back to the sidewalk now. We're having direction. We have some purpose, some energy. That stuck, stagnant energy that you were carrying is now starting to flow, now starting to move. We have direction. And then we do it a little bit more. We look at our depression or our sadness. And we just pull that energy up and we look at it and go, man, what are you here to teach me? Oh man, I feel sad about this energy. Don't judge the sadness. This is something we often do, is we start to feel sad about being sad. And then we're judging ourselves about being sad while being sad. And it creates this like big loop of sadness, right? That we get stuck in. Why does sad have to necessarily be bad? Just look at it for what it is. It's an emotion. It's a feeling. It has a message behind it. And just sit with it. And then it becomes your teacher. You allow it to improve and enhance your life. Again, that creates flow. When it's just stagnant energy that we're not looking at, we're moving more towards the person walking on the sidewalk with no purpose, right? It's this heavy energy that pulls us down. But as we move that energy up, it starts to move. We start to move. We're getting more on an energetic path, right? Are you starting to see the connection here? And then as we do that, we lighten up essentially who we are, like our energetic being. Sounds weird, but it's very true, I believe. Like the energies within us that used to be heavy and pull us down, like hate, anger, and guilt and shame, we start to let some of those go. We forgive ourselves. Like, man, I was doing my best. I didn't have the power to handle things the way I would today back then, you know? And we let some of that stuff go. We lighten up. And as we lighten up, different energies come within inside of us, inside our thoughts, and around us. And that is when your purpose starts to show itself, because you have to be light to move forward, right? You can't drag all this stuff forward towards your purpose, right? You won't find your purpose. You have to let those things go first, I believe, and then you move forward on your purpose much more efficiently. So I know this might be like a unique way to find your purpose, but I always believe that the first thing we have to do is go internal, work on those types of energies first and foremost, and then the other situations from the outside will start to show up and our life will change. So, oh man, I love you guys. Thanks for listening in. And again, guys, hit that like button. It really helps spread the message. Subscribe. That will also help a whole lot. And share this with somebody who you might think will benefit from it. I'm sending you guys love right from my heart. And until next time, peace.